I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. And this, my friends, is as close as this sardonically named segment has ever come to reporting on actual Armageddon. The minutes to midnight clock has packed its bags and moved to Sweden. You know, we did have a couple of days of fun and joy as Sweet Potato Hitler was soundly trounced in the election, and Joe Chicken Soup for the American Soul Biden was elected as our 46th president by 5 million votes. 2 days of joy. 2 days of hope, and then the realization came that President Kitten Heels was about to put us into another constitutional crisis. Look, people, the last 4 years have been a shit show that rivals any banana republic we used to mock. When Crimea laughs at you, we blew it. Now, not only didn't we think it wouldn't happen here, we knew it wouldn't happen here. You know, we knew we would never elect a dipshit, moron, bankrupt, rapist, lying, corrupt, pedophile president that wants to date his daughter. And I'm using the word date in the Republican senator trying to avoid arrest for soliciting prostitution way. But we did. We elected a reality television hack who on a live mic said he grabs pussy whenever he wants, and you voted for him. What happened to you, America? How are you this stupid? Did you get into drugs? Electing Trump was like half of America got addicted to crack and decided to sell oral sex behind a dumpster for a red hat. And now the Biden win. Feels like an intervention, doesn't it? We're sitting you morons down and we're trying to help you. Now you're going to tell us, yeah, but I like giving Hummers behind the dumpster, man. I like not believing in science. You know what? I like giving my money to a guy that's putting it in his own bank account instead of using it to build that Mexican wall. And they're going to pay for that wall eventually, you know? I'm fine. Jesus sent him. He's making America great again. No, he isn't. And he didn't. Listen, we love you. You're our fellow Americans. But you joined a cult and were tricked by a guy who is a master at that. Manson, Jim Jones, the Jersey Shore Nickelback, all low-rent, stupid cons that suck you in. But we are telling you, we aren't going to take this anymore. Your behavior is hurting people. 1,800 people died yesterday because you won't wear a face condom. You're hurting America, Trumpers. You're hurting all of us. But more than that, you're hurting yourself. You're going to Biden rehab. And this is the second time we took your ass to Obama rehab after W almost killed America. We got you back on your feet and you did it again. You dropped to your knees for King Comb Over. This is the last time. You know what? We're going to help you one more time. Joe Biden won the election in spite of all the shady shit Trump did, wrecking the post office, lying about ballots, voter suppression, Mitch McConnell working with the Russians, the Melania shell game. How many Melanias are there? And now he's currently raising money for his legal fund. Yet to let you know, only donations over $8,000 go to the legal fund. The rest go to pay off the child support that's coming up for Barron. And if you think it's over, you're wrong. Trump's going to do something, but we're going to stop it. See, with Trump, you can just divert him with a junior high school cheerleader. Never again. To those of you who voted for him, you are in rehab, but it's tough love this time. You may have to have health care forced upon you so you don't lose everything when you get sick. America will be respected again. You're going to have to handle that, man. Your minimum wage will get raised. You're going to get free education, and you're going to have to suck that up. But yes, you can still have your truck nuts hanging off your Silverado pickup. I'm Christopher Titus. We love you all. And this is the Armageddon Update. Hang tough, America. Hey everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. We took a week off because crazy. That's why. With me, as always, the lovely Bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Hylinder.
There could be only one.
You know, we have like 60,000 hours of news that has happened in the last week.
Oh, yeah.
Can we talk about your eye first so that we don't pretend that...
By the way,
we don't
so
see
I don't
it?
know what happened with my eye. I guess a spell was put
you?
on me. No, a spell was put on.
Your
a spell
eye is
was
giving birth.
Let me talk.
No.
A spell was put on me by some sort of troll, and
Trump supporter.
I'm growing a toe out of my eyelid. Rachel has fixed it as best she could. It's got clear polish on it now.
No.
And a French.
I asked today if I could I said, I'll put makeup on it for the show this weekend. And he goes, what are you going to paint the toenail?
Look, I mean, I got a sty in my eye and it's just, I don't know. I don't even know what it is.
This happened while I was gone. A lot of things fall apart when we're not together,
True.
Don't they?
That's true.
I
That's
had
true.
a lot of things fall apart in my own life.
I fall apart when we're not together.
Oh,
so
me too.
So we've had a weird week. So let's go over what kind of has happened. So we had the election.
Okay, wait. Everybody take a deep breath because we're all really cranked. Did you guys do that at home? Do you guys feel better? Let's do it one more time. Okay.
Except for you people who had COVID and have lung scarring. Do your best. So that's another thing. Okay, let's start there. So COVID cases are now, yesterday was 140,000 new cases. We're at a 2.6% kill rate, which is what Trump's guy said it was going to be. That's what, 30?
Fauci?
30? No, there's the other guy, the other, he admitted on one of the interviews.
The dumb guy.
It's killing at about 2.6% overall, but it's killing young people way less than that. And old people are about 10%.
Scott Atlas.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Scott Atlas?
Yeah. Is he a doctor or is he
just a disheveled?
He's a dude that Dr. Oz wouldn't have on the show.
And that's saying something.
Yeah, exactly. And Dr. Oz is the ShamWow guy of medicine.
Yes. And could we I'm just here today to reiterate facts. So you guys can do your little cute, fun, happy stuff, and I'll just state facts, okay? For the next hour. Scott Atlas is a radiologist.
Right.
Check.
Fact number one.
So you know what he is? He's the guy that takes the lead thing and puts it on you.
Yes.
So you don't get
He puts the smock on you.
He puts
the
lead smock on you so you don't get nut cancer. That's when you get an x-ray. That's what Scott Atlas does. And by the way, guess who else got it? Guess who else got COVID?
Corey Lewandowski.
Corey Lewandowski, head of the brain surgeon, Ben Carson. Isn't he a doctor? He's a real doctor. He actually, he's not anymore. He's a sleepy doctor. I love that he had the balls to call Sleepy Joe. No. Sleepy Ben. Street Ben. Yeah. Coma Ben. We can call him Coma Ben. He got COVID too. How are you a brain surgeon and you...
Okay.
Facts.
Fact number 2.
Yep.
6 people from Trump's little White House election night party, where they supposedly tested and did all that stuff. 6 people have already, that were at that party, tested positive for COVID.
6 out of
week.
6.
No.
Okay.
6 out of however, but that's the only ones we know, because if you test too much, people have
get
COVID.
it too much. Got it.
So
Yeah. That's another thing.
we're not testing.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead with your funny stuff.
No, she's just mad.
I am mad. I'm really mad.
So by the way, we had so this is gonna be next week's podcast. We had a huge incident. Some crazy thing happened to Bombshell that she actually has decided. And you got to understand, I fight Bombshell all the time to write Armageddon updates. Today she comes in, she goes, "I'm doing next week."
To get her to do it. Right.
No, she's like,
move this out of the way.
Yeah, he's like,
but in the interim, can I please say something? In the interim, especially to women, but to everyone, do not fly Delta Airlines. Can you zoom in on my eyes when I say this?
Yeah.
Do not fly Delta Airlines. If you care at all about your safety and your civil rights, don't do it. And, everybody.
And they have the shittiest wine of any airline.
Yeah, for sure. You should not have to order wine by color. And yellow, by the way, never the best choice.
By the way, no particles. I always have to say in my wine, no particles on Delta.
Would you like particles or no?
Yeah.
So,
hold the particles.
I know a lot of people maybe are, probably still traveling for Thanksgiving. Holidays are coming up. You're starting to book Christmas travel. I promise you, and I'll tell you guys why next week, do not do it on Delta. Book American, book United, even Southwest. They'll sing you a fun little song. JetBlue. Let's not be crazy.
I don't hear people complain about JetBlue. Delta. I looked up
Alaska Airlines, great.
Alaska Airlines, great. They bought Continental, and Continental used to be the best.
I used to love Continental. Yeah. Who are the ones that make you pay for your armrest?
I think that's JetBlue.
Is that
JetBlue?
No.
So
Dirty Sky. What is the other one?
Something like Dirty Sky. How y'all doing? Yeah, we're gonna give you peanuts, but you gotta dance.
Here at Landing Strip.
Spirit.
For ladies only.
Spirit. I know everybody at home is screaming, Spirit Airlines.
That's what you will be if you ride.
You have to pay for the place to put your feet. It's crazy. I booked for my nieces before to fly out, remember? Because it was the only nonstop flight from where they lived.
They stop you at the door. Yo. Is that a magazine you're bringing on the plane?
We're going down.
That's weight. You're going to have to pay for that magazine. No.
We're going down.
I already paid for this magazine. I know, but you got to pay to get it on the plane.
Did you want the oxygen
Did you buy your
mask
magazine and your snacks a ticket? Welcome to Spirit Airlines.
The oxygen mask is extra? What?
No. Oxygen is extra that we just pump through the plane. No. Mask. We don't got masks. You want to breathe? It's better if you just sleep on the way, because we don't quite sure know where we're going. It may take a little longer.
Everybody turn off your phones, and we're going to turn off the air.
So Delta. So what's happened is, I just want to say this, and you'll hear what happened next week, because it is
crazy.
It is at least 2 podcasts long. What happened? The craziest thing that has happened to Bombshell, and I, to the point where I heard it, and I went full William Wallace on him. It was so bad.
It's crazy. You guys know, had it been him, we would all go, he said this. Okay.
Oh,
sure.
they don't know yet. We'll talk about that next week. They don't know that, because what happened is crazy. So I want you guys to know that I'm done with Delta. I've been flying, doing comedy 35 years, and Delta for a long time was an airline, but they got a new CEO like 3 years ago. And what has happened is, and this happens every time. I used to fly Continental. Continental was great. I flew American, was insanely good.
Yeah.
American was insanely good for a long time. Then they bought US Air, and I thought, oh, good. Now the shitty stuff on US Air is going to become American. And what happened was American became US Air. Shit. Continental was awesome. They got sold to Alaska. Alaska has maintained it.
Alaska's great.
Yeah,
but
that's
Alaska
they don't have as
goes
many.
to Alaska.
No.
Yes, most
They
of the time. And there's only like 1 comedy club there. So
If they
And
did,
they don't come back.
Yeah,
It's just
they
go.
did. To be fair, it is in their name. You know, Hawaiian Air.
Hawaiian Air.
It's also great.
Also great. They are
You
great.
always end up in Hawaii. The new
Yeah, exactly. That's where
CEO came in 3.5 years ago.
Yep.
His name is Ed Bastian. And I will say this as well. There was something that we really noticed that bothered us as comedians because of the safety video. Do you remember?
Yep. I was going to bring this up.
The guy before him, the videos were funny. They were really, really funny. They did an 80s themed one. And what it did was, you notice, it made people watch because nobody watches the videos. As soon as this guy took over, it stopped being funny. It is like, welcome to Delta.
Yeah. You will sit as we want you to sit. You will put your seatbelt on. Click, click, click. That's how it goes. I will show you again how to put it, because this goes into this. You are stupid. Welcome to Delta. So that is kind of what happened. So Delta used to have these really cool like 4-minute videos, and to the point where Ray and I traveled with them so much, we would, when they would start a new one, we'd be like, oh, a new one.
Yeah.
And they were like, they had like, there was one they said, if you don't want to open up the you know where they tell you the safety thing, do you want to open up the escape hatch? And the guy's like, and so there was 3, they had the triplets sitting there, 3 dudes that looked exactly the same. And one guy goes, no. And they all 3 get up and get, like, it was just funny after funny after funny.
And for people who have a fear of flying, the humor kind of eases you.
But it also it's weird. Humor does something. It opens you up to what the information. So people, I wouldn't have had the thought. Then this new CAO took over, and he's a douche, and he just made them dark. And they're like, hello, welcome to Delta. Please, if you have anything, blah, 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 blah. And like, how, so they had become
Richard Anderson.
Richard Anderson's a douche.
Richard Anderson was the one that
he was a good
started that whole program.
Was that the CEO?
He was the guy that
Richard Anderson
would say, hi, I'm Richard Anderson at the end. And we were like, okay, Dick, go on with your bad self.
Yeah, he was cool. Who's the new guy?
The new guy is Edward Bastian. He lives in Atlanta, multi-millionaire, of course, probably just off of us. Yeah. We fly, before COVID, we fly about 40 weeks a year at least, plus family vacations. Yeah. 2 of us in first class every week. We also each have a Delta credit card.
Not anymore, we don't.
Yeah, no, as of today, we don't. You'll hear about that next week. So
anyway, it's a nightmare. And don't fly Delta. Just be safe. Take care of yourself. Yeah. Don't fly Delta. So,
and I'm not given to hyperbole. You certainly are. That's your middle name. But I would say, especially to my ladies out there, don't do it because they have a problem right now.
Delta will hurt you.
Yes.
It will hurt you, especially if you're a female. Yes, I would say that. That being said, you'll hear about it next week, and trust me, you're going to want to hear it because the story is insane.
Crazy.
That being said, Joe Biden got elected president. Currently, right now.
Woo! Oh, wait. How about this dance?
This.
Let's do this one. What's this one?
Okay.
For those of you listening, this is a slow rock'em sock'em.
Rock'em sock'em.
Someone put a compilation of Trump, this dance of Trump together, and they did 2 animated penises.
Of course.
And I was like, God. I was like, first I thought, how creative, and really, dude, do you have that much time? No, he doesn't, because COVID is raging and he can't go to work. So you know what? Now that the production is shut down, all these video guys have enough, like the animation guys, I can't go to work because you fucked up COVID. COVID so bad.
Although people will make time to do that one because that's important.
I made time to watch it, I will say.
I was with my dad. I had a kind of a rough week. Just some family stuff. Yeah. And, but I was with my dad in Lafayette, Georgia. You might think it's Lafayette, but they say Lafayette. And, I was in very red Trump country, every sign, but I was driving my dad. My dad got this new truck and he goes, why don't you drive? And I'm driving my dad, my ex-Marine dad, around in his truck, and it's Trump, Pence, Trump, Pence, Trump, Pence. And we come to a Biden-Harris and I was like, huh? Woo! And my dad was like,
you're going to get us killed.
There were 2 out of the whole area, but I had to run to the store because I was making him dinner. And so I wanted to celebrate and I was all by myself. And so I haven't drank beer in years and years, but I was thinking of my brother and I bought a Guinness draught, like the one with the shaky thing in the can and the draft.
She hasn't drank beer in a long time, actually.
What's the shaky thing? What is the shaky thing in the can? I think you drank spray
it's
paint.
a pressurized.
Wait a second.
I love beer. This is great.
I got the brown kind.
I got it comes in all kinds of flavors.
It's Guinness.
They got fuchsia.
It's Guinness draft, so that it's like you're having draft. It's draught, D-R-A-U-G-H-T.
Oh, so they put a bubbly thing, so it makes it
They put
remember.
the shaky thing in. I think they call it the shaky
Didn't you
thing.
work in bars?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Shaky things.
But
Yeah,
at
what
a
did
bar,
you buy? Spray paint?
at
That's
a
funny.
bar, we had a tap. We didn't have a can with a shaky thing. So how would I know what the shaky
Fair
thing
enough,
is?
fair
Thank you. So they put the shaky thing in the can. So, and I didn't want to buy a whole bottle of wine or something. I needed a 22-minute drive celebratory drink. So I bought Guinness and drank it on the way home to my dad's and listened to MSNBC on
That's
the radio.
a microbrew in Lafayette, right?
It's
Guinness.
for sure. Like there was one. I bought
Yes,
the one.
the one.
I'm not tickling my new toe.
Don't touch it.
I'm not tickling my new toe. I'm just
You gotta tickle
trying to
around
touch
it.
Yeah,
You gotta
exactly.
just adjacent.
It's very sensitive. So we had to celebrate, and it was crazy. I was up at the cabin and I go to the
I
cabin to
woke
work.
you up.
I go to the cabin to work on the cabin to build the deck. I get there, it starts snowing.
Yep.
Of course.
It went from 90 degrees to snow. So I had to sit on my ass in the cabin, and I worked on the cabin inside a little bit, but there was nothing to do. And the deck, nothing got done. So I'm pissed off. But Joe Biden.
I woke you up. I kept calling the cabin. I was like, this mofo is going to wake up because we are going to share this moment when they finally called it.
Do you know what's weird, though, is that they waited so long to call it because our president, the current president, right, President Kitten Heels, as I called him in the Armageddon update, he is such a fucking baby and such a tantrum-throwing toddler that even the news is like, no. We're going to wait. We're going to keep counting votes.
We have to ease him into
You have to ease
it.
That's what they're saying today. After all these years of us calling us snowflakes and pussies, and you guys can't accept the results of the Hillary losing, these pricks are like, no. He's not going to concede. We've got to give him time to absorb
Even Biden
this.
said that. He's not going to push because he realizes that Trump needs time.
He's a tiny baby.
And
He's a tiny baby.
He is, and he has tiny baby hands to
He does have
match.
hands, which, by the way, people watch our Armageddon updates. If you'll notice, almost every Trump picture, Hylinder has shrunk his hands. It makes me laugh every
time. We try to sneak that in every time.
It's just a
You had
bonus.
someone write you that lives in New Zealand who was like, I don't know what country that is that you're showing for New Zealand, but that is not New Zealand.
Oh, love
And
it.
I'm like, when are you guys going to realize that they're trolling you? Every time they say a country, they
Him and
show
I are little kids when
Africa.
it comes to that. We always put up Africa, and so we've done it now. What, 6 months?
Oh, yeah.
And
Every time.
everybody's like, dude, what are you guys are stupid putting up Africa.
And we flip it and turn it. Like, now it's Africa 90 degrees.
And people, and there's a lot of people that you'll see under them now, like all the comments, it'll say like, dude, that's not Africa. You guys are idiots. I'm unsubscribing. And then below it'll just say, guy like, bro, they do that every time.
Yes. Whoosh. You just got whooshed,
But
buddy.
how dumb you have to be to not realize we're always using Africa. Started with China. But what happened was that Joe Biden won, and Trump keeps going, we need to count the votes. So here's the weirdest thing that bothered me. Here's when you knew, I just don't understand how dumb, and I'm worried about a coup right now, but then I realized they're so dumb. Didn't you say this to me? How are they going to pull off a coup when they can't even pull off
They can't even spell coup.
Right.
C-O-O-P.
When you write it, they're like, we're not doing a coup, we're doing a coup.
Yeah, we're doing a co-op.
C-O-O, coup. Yeah, so I think,
doing a bird noise.
I think we're good.
So what happens is that in one state during the election, they have a group of Trump supporters wearing hats screaming, "Count the vote! Count the vote!" Across the country, in another state, he's getting his ass kicked. And
Stop the
vote!
That's so great.
I was
Stop
like, it was almost like it was a Monty Python bit. At one point,
he did that from his social media. Keep counting in Arizona. Stop counting in Pennsylvania.
But doesn't that show everybody how dumb he is? Like, you're the dumbest person in the world.
Oh, that's the thing? That's the
I'm
one
just saying
thing that really just brought it home for you?
No, not for me.
Right,
no, not for me. No, I'm saying I knew this. Day one, I called this day one. Day one, I said, this guy, I started writing the show in December before he even took office. You know, Armageddon. You guys go look it up. It's on Amazon Prime, or you can go get it.
It's really good.
You can actually go get it on
It's so good. He called me at my dad's house to tell me that I should be happy that I'm married to such a genius. That was the phone call.
Wait, it's not verbatim. That's hilarious.
Valid. That's valid. I did it.
That's why he's laughing. Because someone posted a clip from it. Was it We, They, Them? What was it?
No, actually, it wasn't. Yes, someone posted a piece of one of my specials.
His own self, and he watched
because it's been a couple years. I forgot what I
was.
was.
He never remembers.
This was no
Armageddon.
No, it was Angry Pursuit of Happiness.
You told me it was Armageddon.
Well, it's funny because I was.
Let me bring this home before you go there. So I got a specific phone call. I pick up the phone and he says, "Babe, you should be really proud." And I go, "For what?" And he says that you are married to such a fucking genius. I just watched you said Armageddon, and someone posted a clip, and man, am I good. I'm a good
You watched it as not you.
Do you know that every line, every sentence has a joke? Like, I am a monster, and you should be really proud.
You don't have to share all our conversations with people. It's really good. By the way, if this is fair game, though, I will start sharing conversations.
Well, you won't have those conversations to share ever.
So here's the thing. I live in constant failure my whole life because, you know, I was programmed by my father when I was a child. I was programmed, you are a loser, you suck, it'll never be good enough.
Yeah, these are rare. These moments are rare.
Yeah. So I usually don't. This happened with Neverlution. It also happened with Norman Rockwell. Norman Rockwell bothered me for years, and then it was years after I did Norman Rockwell. It was like 2007.
I signed you
3 years after
to perform Norman Rockwell again in Phoenix because I thought people would want to see a revival, which they did, not thinking he wouldn't remember his own show.
I did though.
You did great.
Yeah. But here's the thing. So I watched it about 3 years after I did it, and I was like, because when I leave them, when I write a new show, I'm like, And then I watched it, I'm like, wow, this is really good. And that happens.
You sat in the hotel room because you waited to prepare until the weekend of, and you were in the other room. You were like, I got to go prepare. And you weren't preparing. You ended up getting sucked in Norman Rockwell, and you were hysterically laughing. And it was that joke about scooped up by a road cone.
Oh yeah. Because I talk about how I used to drink really bad, and that at high school I was voted most likely to be scraped off an on-ramp by a puking fireman.
That's it. And you came out and you were like, I'm a genius.
This is awesome. So I guess I'm good at what I do. I think. I
think you're brilliant.
I finally came up to it. I only. You shouldn't share stuff like that.
I think you're brilliant at what you do. I think on Twitter that maybe might mislead some people.
That I'm just angry.
You know what? Who you are in your heart is not who you come across as on Twitter. And sometimes certainly you are.
That's not true. A lot of people go, dude.
No. Sometimes you take I don't know, you fall down a rabbit hole at like 3 a.m. and
I can't sleep, it's bad, yeah.
I always think if I were dating him and I wanted my family to meet him, I would do everything I could to avoid them looking at his...
Don't go to Google.
Do not follow him on Twitter.
First. Yes.
Do not follow him on Twitter. He's so... Before this happened, before Trump happened, if you remember, my Twitter was me always trying to find a joke and be funny, and that's how I gained. No, I wasn't like this. I wasn't.
It wasn't this bad.
No, it wasn't.
Sure.
I wasn't like this. I went after Sarah Palin. went after Sarah Palin once. I would do right, but I was really joking. Then this happened, and I started commenting on what was happening with Trump from day one. And I want you guys to know that I was right every fucking time. Every fucking time I was right. And these people that would fight me, I would just hit them with facts, hit them with facts, hit them with facts. Twitter has become, I thought to say, Twitter has become, because of Trump specific. Twitter used to be this fun thing that everybody wrote jokes about. It was like, and here's something happened in the news, we'd all write funny jokes, our best joke about it. You know, Blaine, by the way, if you haven't followed Blaine Capatch, go follow Blaine Capatch.
He's funny.
And Matt Oswalt. Both those guys
Matt Oswalt killed me today.
What did he say today?
I'll look it up.
I saw it.
Do you know what?
I read it too. I retweeted it.
It was about John Voight.
John Voight.
It was, God. If you guys haven't seen the John Voight video about Trump
Satan,
yeah. What did Matt Oswalt say? This is like if someone went into a Beneva audition and the casting director asked him to improv. It was like something like that.
Yeah, Matt Oswalt's really funny. So and Blaine Capatch, both just amazing writers.
And Christopher Titus, very amazing.
No, it's weird. Those guys are. I'm like a raw nerve. I'm just out there. Those guys are really intellectual and everything. I'm just like, rah! So everything I said that was going to happen with Trump has happened. Up to even, he hasn't declared it yet, but up to even this weird thing where he's not conceding the election. And then he starts firing people. This happened this week, guys. And this was, by the way, we didn't do a podcast last week because she's out of town, but also because me and Hylinder were going to do it. But I thought, we don't know what's going on. He's not conceding the election. Right. It got weird, right? I told Hylinder, I go, let's see what happens. Because I came back, and here's what happened. He basically won't concede the election. The great news, and I'd like to thank the Daily Show for being pretty much doing God's work, because they put a compilation video together of every Fox douchebag talking about how she won't consider, the Dems think they can take the election back. They want to do a recount, and it goes on for 4 minutes, and then someone put a second one out where they all bitched that Hillary Clinton took 1 day to concede, and then they want to do a recount. And this dude has now taken the election was 4 months ago? Feels like 4 months ago. A lot of shit's happened, right?
Right. Yes.
And
four Trump
can I
months
ask
ago.
One more thing? Why is it? I guess because we've never had a douchebag like this. Why is it that you lose the election and then you get to stay in for 80 more days?
That's a dumb idea.
Because here's the thing. Every job I've been fired from,
they brought a box. That.
They went, put your shit in that box. The security guard with a gun stood here. They said, give us your keys and any kind of contact you have. And where's your Rolodex with all the contacts? Those are ours. And then they followed
didn't have a Rolodex.
And then I didn't at all.
They said, where are your warehouse keys?
And by the way, you can have your coveralls.
You did.
Wow, what a horrible person you are today.
No, because you worked at...
I'm
being literal.
I worked in a warehouse.
But you're right. I was going to say, when I was running the comedy clubs, when I would fire someone, I would make sure I was ready. I would have 2 of my security people standing outside the door. I'd have 1 witness inside. I had a whole thing that I would say. They would cry and do their thing. And I would say, nothing you can say will change my mind. You're free to go. Nothing you can say. And I would just repeat it until they looked like they were going to explode. And then I would open the door and they would be escorted out, because even the damage that they could cause inside of those 12 feet of comedy club to get out the door
break
was
a window,
worth
microphone,
paying people to be there. And this, you're right, this is crazy.
So, we've never had a guy. We've had people, they actually went over all the transitions recently. They showed Biden, they showed Biden and Obama when W gave him the thing, and it was Obama, and it was awesome. Like, it was classy. Yeah. Then they showed Clinton and HW, and it was classy. And then this dick face won't even let Biden have the intelligence briefings that he needs. We could know that troop movements are happening in Russia, and Trump's like, nah, he can't get it till he's in. So this guy that you voted for, Trumpers, is trying to burn down the country. Do you get it? If Joe Biden doesn't have COVID numbers, if he doesn't have troop movements internationally, if he doesn't have the intelligence on who's going to try to bring a bomb into our country, Trump's just going to let it happen, because he's trying to make it hurt. Do you realize it's not about America? And serious thing, at your job, they never went, all right, you're fired and You can stay for 3 more months and know that we hate you and know that
it's probably
Hylinder, you're fired. You still edit videos for 3 months.
No. With the nuclear codes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you get to make sure that you can destroy the planet.
And the ability to fire national security leaders.
Right.
Undo everything.
And military.
And sign executive orders. Have at it.
What is this like a holdover from like the George Washington? The new guy's going to be here in a month on his horse.
You know what I think?
Yeah.
You know what I think?
It's going to take him that long.
All right, so
he's got to get on the first Conestoga wagon. Then they have to get the whole line together.
We got to look busy until he finally gets here.
Shuffling right. President stuff.
He lives in the new territories, and he won, so it's going to be a minute.
Plus, he's got
that's a
he
valid
lives in
point.
the non-slave states, so he's got to.
Plus, there's
get
still some Indians,
Yeah,
so
there's
he's
a lot
going
of
to
fight through
get
some
through
engines.
that.
Yeah, he's got to
engines.
fight. He's got to fight through the. Did you know Indians?
By the way, shout out to
Native
indigenous people largely because of you and black people.
Arizona.
Coming
and Mexicans
out.
and Hispanics.
And, not Mexicans.
And Hispanics.
Latinx.
Latinx sounds like a cool band I want to go see.
Me too. It was
right on the border.
because...
But okay.
But you can go and look
Latinx.
at Navajo Nation in Arizona, how much they came out on horseback to vote. And we really, not we, but the old white guys tried to disenfranchise colors of all.
Hold on. Wait.
Except for
White people.
white.
Hold on. White people tried to stop people who aren't white from doing
All
something.
colors.
That's
They don't
why
like-
take
they don't
power.
like
Like,
them.
this never happened. This
Come
is
on.
new. This is new.
They don't
That's
like
fake
shades. They don't like burnt sienna. They don't like
Anything-
any of those crayons.
Anything darker than beige, we
They
got a problem
like
with.
peach. That was the one.
Yes, orange. They like orange.
You got to be peach. Yeah, man,
Thank
obviously.
you, Indigenous people. Thank you, Black people. Thank you, Stacey Abrams in
Yep.
Georgia for doing
Yep.
groundwork for the last 10 years. That I said, she did the work that we pretended to do while we were bitching on Twitter. She was knocking on doors and registering voters, and the turnout in Georgia was historic this year. I hope she gets some kind of awesome position.
I think she just announced she's going to run for governor again.
That idiot that's there.
Do you-
It was so weird to be in
Brian
Georgia
Kemp. It's
while
my
this
gun,
was
it's my truck.
happening.
we put it in the video.
His campaign ad.
Yeah.
He's the guy that said, well, nobody told me that COVID could be airborne. Remember that? Like 3 weeks after people had been dying and everyone had been screaming it's airborne, and he held a press conference. I didn't know. I'm like, what? Guy's an idiot. So anyway, thank you to all those
Brian Kemp's an idiot,
disenfranchised groups of people that came out and showed, hey, don't F with us because we can really ruin your life.
So do you know what? Let's talk about the election for a second, because Trump is claiming millions of dead people voted, which is insane. He's claiming that all the ballots are rigged and wrong. Okay, then guess what? All these Republican senators that won, they didn't win.
Yeah, good point.
Mitch McConnell lost then. Here's the weirdest
Same ballot. It's the same piece of
exact
paper.
piece of paper. But Trump's part's wrong.
That
The
Republicans
rest of
gained
them.
ground in the House with and possibly maintain control of the Senate. It's a runoff.
We'll talk about that too in a
But
second.
one, Lindsey Graham won, Mitch McConnell won, dipshit Maine biatch won, Susan Collins.
I'm very concerned about that.
Yeah, she's going to be very concerned for a few more years. So, but on that same ballot that
Right.
they were elected, we forgot that we should have kept them out too when we were fixing the election.
So can I actually I found something today. It's been going around. People started researching it. So in Kentucky, Mitch McConnell, because by the way, it doesn't matter if Trump's president if the Senate flips. Right? U.S. intelligence said that, again, Russia was working very hard to actually fuel the elections. Trump actually, my theory, by the way, conspiracy theory, but there is some stuff to back it up.
Non-factual
Go ahead. Not
conspiracy
theory, right? Not Alex Jones level, but I always try to think things through.
Okay.
So you can't just have Trump win the presidency, because then if the Senate flips, it doesn't matter. It's gridlock. The only way to maintain power is to have Trump win and keep the Senate.
Right.
That's the only way. So here's what happened. So they had this amazing person running against Mitch McConnell in Kentucky. She's a fighter pilot, Amy McGrath, fighter pilot, amazing, badass. And you know what? I looked her up. She's kind of conservative. Like when you go down.
She's a badass, but if she flew Delta,
Yeah, she shouldn't fly Delta.
She might be at risk.
Yeah, she'd definitely be if she flew Delta. So Amy McGrath loses. Well, they did it the breakdown. So they had over like 700,000 more in the last couple of years. People, go Democrat, sign up as register as Democrats. So here's what happened. Mitch McConnell gets 1.7 million votes or whatever it is, and then she gets 800,000. Half of the registered Democrats didn't vote.
Right.
I'm sorry, what?
Isn't that interesting?
So wait. So in this election, where Mitch McConnell's fucking the country up, they didn't. They decided, it'll be all right.
Keep going.
So half of registered Democrats didn't vote, or their votes, or if they did vote, their votes went to. They voted for McConnell.
Right.
Okay. So Trump kept saying, from the time this started, don't use mail-in ballots, don't write them out. Again, I'll tell you this one more time. You can't hack a mail-in ballot. The dots are the dots. There's a person across the table watching you look at it, and you're looking at it. Behind you, there's a Democrat and Republican watching your ballot. That's how they get counted. So when Trump says there was no observers, there was a Fox News guy that came on, and she goes, and the blonde, what's her name? Stacy, Brittany, Laura
Ingraham?
No, Laura
Karen.
Karen. It's sure. She goes. Tell her there's no observers, and he goes, and this guy, Fox News guy in Arizona,
great.
goes, no, that's not true. It's not true. There is a Democrat.
He said it 3 times.
And a Republican. It's not true.
It's not true.
They're watching.
It's
he
not
has
true.
plenty of averts. He
was
just kept
awesome.
saying it. I was like, and it's so funny because that poor woman has
Her
been.
eyelid was. She was like.
Exactly.
The daytime people.
By the way, don't talk about eyelids.
On Fox, yeah. On
How's it
Fox
going, man?
seem to be sort of. Stop putting your hands on it. It
I didn't
spreads.
touch it. I'm just doing like this.
And then if you touch me with your hands,
He likes it.
I've been in Georgia, hands, which you do,
No, I wash
then
my
I'm
hands
going
all
to
the time.
get it.
You're
And then
not
if I
gonna
have
get
a toe
it's
coming
just
out
a
of my
sty.
eye, it's not just anything.
It's
I
a
promise
sty.
you. I'm looking at it.
Your eye isn't pink, so that's a good sign.
Right.
It's right on the
I
lid.
told him he touched his poop, and he's
No, I
No, it's
didn't.
not.
I go. No, I go. He's got a
That's a
kid.
sty.
I actually checked it with Hylinder.
He used you as a reference.
He goes, no, that's not pink eye.
Although I'm going to lecture you right now and be dad. I do see you doing a lot of work in here without eye protection.
Safety glasses. Thank you.
And wood chips and metal
Thank
things, they
you.
got dirt on them.
Thank
so
you.
if something flies into your eye,
Something always, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I will go. I will get it. My all my safety glasses have gotten like kind of worn and they're kind of foggy now.
Don't make
And
excuses.
And my eyes are going. So I've been put
it
on.
would
No,
be
I'll
cool.
get.
A patch would be cool, but
I'm gonna
I think
get-
we need you to have two eyes.
You
gonna get a nice one.
don't. You just don't wear.
Well, maybe we
goggles.
can just get rid of this eye and I can just look like a Bond villain.
I can't. You know how I feel about that.
Eye patch
and
would be
it
awesome.
would be hard for me to.
Hello, beautiful. How are you? No.
Patches always look cool, though. Don't they look cool?
No.
So Trump wanted you to not use a mail-in ballot. He wanted you to, and he kept saying it. Well, here's why: you can't hack it. These machines you can hack. In fact, they had like junior high school students, hackers go in and hack the voting machines. So the voting machine. So how is it possible that Lindsey Graham was 2 points behind in his state? How is it possible that Mitch McConnell, she had kind of tightened it up to it was almost even, and he won by so much? What scares me is, and we probably won't find out till later, is that these machines are easily hacked. We need to actually have a system where you can actually verify that your vote went for who your vote went for. Because right now we are in a place where I don't trust any of it. Do you anymore? Do you guys trust the votes getting is legit? Any vote's legit. I don't trust any vote anymore.
I think that's
yeah,
the pitfall, though, and that's what he's creating. And I think we have to be careful with that kind of rhetoric. I think that I believe in our democracy and our vote.
Yep.
I think that this election showed it, and Joe Biden has won by more than anyone, more votes than anyone has ever received.
There's enough sort of levels and safeguards and different laws in different states, and there's enough to where the number's big enough to where what the final answer is.
Oh no, I believe. But here's what I'm saying. Here's why this happened. I believe this is why Biden won. everybody feels this way now. After what has happened with the Russian thing, I think everybody feels this way. And specifically Philadelphia and the black populations of some of the big cities, thank you guys again, because I think everyone got like, this is not happening again.
Yeah.
And to you people, all of you people who stood in line for 3 to 12 hours, well, we've been saying for a long time, one vote, and you guys, and we proved it this time. I think there will be a way. I think now, I'm hoping this doesn't fade. It'll fade after we have 3 good presidents. People go, I don't need to vote. Everything's fine, because we forget fast.
Yeah.
But because Trump is such a raging douchebag, everybody signed up and went, no, I'm voting. This guy's gone.
Yeah.
And so I think they fudged the vote. I think the Russians fudged the vote as much as they could. Whoever runs that shit fudged it. They had no concept. They had no concept how many people were going to vote. That's why Trump is so mad, because he knew he cheated and he still lost by cheating. He still lost.
Well, there's another point to this, and you shared something on your Twitter that his raising of funds is contributing to his campaign debt. It's not going to the election fraud.
Right. So they're raising money. They sent out, someone said they were getting 20 emails a day from the Trump campaign that says, please send us money. We're trying to we're fighting this in court. We're going after the court to win this president, flip this vote.
Yep.
And if you look at the bottom, there's a disclaimer that basically, look at it. It basically says to the effect that only 60% of this will be going to any legal funds, and only in amounts over $8,000.
I think it's actually I think it's 60% goes to campaign debt. I think
Campaign
40%
debt, right.
goes to the election.
And the great thing about Trump is, that it's honest and he's not a grifter that's going to take money. He's never done that.
No.
Except for the $170 million that Brad Parscale is currently indicted for, because they took $170 million of donor money and basically they funneled it through Trump's companies and laundered it. That's why he's in jail. So to you people, here's the thing. This guy doesn't work and doesn't get elected if people are smart enough to read the facts. What I don't understand, and we have family members that aren't smart enough to read the facts. And to you people that voted for this guy, that actually believe that there is some semblance, some shred of honesty and decency, please show it to me. Please drop it in the comments under this video, because honestly, we got nothing. He's sued for raping a 13-year-old. He wants to date his daughter. That's just, those two alone would have killed any Democrat. But that's the thing. See? Do you know what I mean, though? That has nothing to do with
I know, but I think that's so trivial. I mean, you have so...
I'm just saying, I'm
he
starting
never said
there.
I wanted,
I'd be dating her.
Look...
We put a
That's
video
like-
in the Armageddon update where he walks past another. He goes, "How old is she?" And the lady goes, "He was 13." He goes, "I'll be dating her in a couple years."
Yeah, he's a sleazebag. I'm not saying that, but I just think that
I think
there's
I'm gonna have to
so many
side with the Titus on this one.
I know, but to continually use it as the reason to discredit him, he never dated her. I get he's a sleazebag, but there are really concrete issues, concrete things. He colluded with Russia. They had a meeting in Trump
got
Tower.
impeached for it.
We have emails. Mueller declined to say either way, although listed 11 incidents of him colluding with Russia because he's a sitting president. I mean, that's what I always
But
think.
do you understand, though? I'm bringing up character. We all know this. Here's the thing, and none of it's made a difference. So the character of the people that voted for him is so bad that they're okay with it.
Again, I was in Red State this week
But they're
during
okay with it.
an historic time, and I will tell you that they do not report on Fox the things that we see, period. And there are not a lot of conservative news outlets. Fox is the leading one, and they flat out, I'm reading court documents of what's going on, and then I'm standing in the living room watching this Fox episode, and they don't even, it's like it never happened.
Right.
And so I'm saying to my dad, you have to use the Google. You're gonna have to use the Google.
I walked in yesterday.
Because it's out there. And he said, I said, Dad, for example, I was telling him about my tweet. Does this mean Melania is not decorating for Christmas? And Dad goes, well, what does that mean? And I said, well, about the audio of her saying, who gives a fuck about Christmas? And my dad said, what? I go, you didn't hear that? He never heard a whisper of it. So I played it for him, and then he thought my tweet was funny. But
What do you think
that's
about,
all I wanted.
What was his response to her saying that?
He looked really surprised. And then my stepmother said, well, she was a model. And I go, she was a soft porn actress.
Yeah, we have
And she
pictures.
goes, no. She's beautiful. She was a model.
No.
And
Did you bring up
supermodel, she said. And I go, I could search right now for you, but I don't want to.
Because there's naked pictures of the first lady all over the internet. Yes.
Yeah, in the airplane, and she was like, "Oh no, I don't want to." They have no idea.
Which, okay, so even that, if a candidate was married to a model, even that slight, like, oh, this guy he's shallow. Okay, that would have disqualified another candidate in previous years.
They just feel like, right? That's
Like,
what she did.
My dad does want to go ahead and put it out there. This is the hottest first lady we've ever had, and I was like, "Okay, Dad, I'll give you that."
But
I'll
you
give
understand
you
that. But that's what I'm saying about character. And your dad has character, but that kind of stuff, some of those people actually believe that. And you're right. Fox News. So what happened is, you guys, we talked about once before, Reagan actually, there was a thing called the Fairness in Broadcasting Act, the Fairness Doctrine in broadcasting. And they had it, and Reagan
FCC fairness.
Yes. When Reagan came in, he killed it. So basically, because he knew Roger Ailes. Roger Ailes was a friend of Reagan. They killed the Fairness Doctrine in broadcasting because they needed to be able to move the country to the right. And Fox became a thing, and they did. And they actually did. So if you're watching Fox, you're not listening to this podcast.
And if you are, I really want to have a beer with you.
Yeah.
Now that I've started.
If you're
I
doing
had
both,
beer. I'll drink beer now.
It's got to have a
apparently.
shaky thing in it.
But I need a little shaky thing because it makes it fuzzy.
And we you're right. We don't understand that half the country's getting told flat out lies. I turned on Fox because I started doing what you've been doing. I've been kind of like watching, what are they talking about?
Yeah, I do that
and
too.
it said under it, it's Tucker Carlson, this human neck sweater, and
He's awful.
he's awful. And it says there's under the screen, it says a million dead people voted. It said it on this big on the screen. I'm like, no, that didn't happen. That never happened. So what my concern is with Trump right now, and here's the scariest thing we heard. So Trump's lazy, right? He doesn't get up till 11. He doesn't leave his room. Then they say he stops working at 6. Well, in the last week, they said Caitlin Collins said he's been staying in the Oval Office to 7, 8 o'clock.
This scared us.
Huh.
So he's finally gotten busy. And then
What's he doing?
he's replaced 4
He's busy firing people, right?
4 big jobs at the Pentagon with guys that are his loyalists. He's replacing, he's firing 3 top guys at the HHS. And I'm just thinking, what's going to happen next? This is going to be the first time, because I'll tell you what, I'm going to buy some 9mm bullets. I'm buying 9mm. That's what I got. But and I just.
And then he's going to throw his gun at you if you come in the yard.
Yeah, stop it. Bang, 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 bang.
Pew,
Hold
pew.
on. Click, click. Okay, now. Did you see those people that pulled the gun on those protesters? Did you see that they're suing because they said that photograph has ruined their life?
You mean the photograph of them doing what they were doing?
That's what I said. I go, wait, we got a picture of them doing what they're doing when they know that everybody has a camera phone,
Right.
and you had now you're mad?
Hey, you can't
And
show proof of me?
Her trigger discipline, she's like this. And I'm like, oh, God, please pull the trigger because you're going to hit yourself. You're going to take an eye out.
Yeah, right.
Bang! You're just going to hit yourself in the face.
Maybe she was going to throw her gun. You don't know. LA gangster style.
She was. So those people are suing now because they say that picture has ruined their lives.
Can I ask a quick
your behavior,
question?
guys. Yeah.
I've been gone for a week. And what happened to your shirt? It looks.
You already answered that question.
Look at it. It's so wrinkled that it looks like you twisted it dry and
You front rolled in here.
doesn't
It's
it? You're a man.
So what happened was I wore it in the shower today, and
Because you just feel so everything.
it was just and then I did curl up in a fetal position, with it pulled up to my chest, because I thought I would give the podcast a different look. Let me ask you
We
about.
were
Let me ask you about something. Why is this piece of hair
Trust
sticking
me,
way the
there
fuck
is
off your
no
head?
reason for this
Almost like an
hair.
antenna, as if you have 5G now.
I wish.
Why? What is she doing? Like in the middle
Maybe
of
that-
That's six.
Maybe
That's
that would
6G.
have protected me
And
from
homeboy looks like he's like a
Christy.
lumberjack that's gonna like that.
I know,
That drives
we're a hot
that
mess.
drives a white van picking up children.
I'm like, I slept
What happened to us?
I've had a bad week. So look, there's no excuse for what's happening over here. I can tell you, I've got some weird rash happening from like a stress rash right here that I started putting Neosporin on. He's got a sty in his eye. Mine was directly related to Delta. Don't fly Delta. Don't do it.
Don't fly Delta. By the way, I'm stressed. I think I'm stressed because of the show I have to do on Saturday.
Also, I stressed you out what was happening and you couldn't help me or save me, and you
I
were
did my
very
best.
upset about that.
I did my best.
And it's been a week. So,
And
but
I got to thank everyone on Twitter. Can I thank everyone on Twitter for something?
What?
So what happened was this horrible thing happened on Delta Airlines. Never fly Delta Airlines. They're the turd of the sky.
United, Alaska,
Yeah.
American.
That's their hashtag, turd of the sky. Delta Airlines, turd of the sky. So what happens is I call, after what happened, you'll hear about it next week. I call Delta, get on customer service, and we're platinum. We're good customers.
You're a diamond, actually.
And we are on the phone, and the music's playing forever. And then there's announcements, and I'm on that phone for 45 minutes. And I'm getting mad, and I'm waiting. So what I find is that I say, you know what I'm going to do? There's a lot of Twitter people out there that I'm lucky enough to have them follow me. I said, hey guys, some horrible shitty thing just happened to Bombshell on Delta Airlines. Do me a favor. Send me, if you have any, send me your Delta horror stories. And all of a sudden my feet go, and they start tagging Delta. 5 minutes. My DMs, please, hi, this is Delta. What's your problem? This is Daisy from Delta. And I go, hey, Daisy bot.
It was Daisy.
I said,
Hey, Daisy, I'm on the phone trying to
Someone
get
pointed
you
out
now.
that it's the song that Hal the robot was singing in
Yeah.
2000. I was like, wow.
Oh.
Daisy. So I'm like, and I said, hey, Daisy bot. I go, I don't care. You're just being a publicist for the company right now. You want to talk to me? Talk to me. DM me. Call me at this number. And I said, and she didn't for a while. So I kept going, and I just kept shit hammering Delta. And thank God to all you people on Twitter, because you guys were awesome. Here's what happened was they start to panic, and I get a DM, and I give me your number right now, please. Give them a number. Instant call so I'm on the phone for 45 minutes. Once they know that you guys were like hearing about it, they were like, So
It didn't help.
it didn't help in the end, but it did cost, trust me.
Do you know what my dad's suggestion was? Next week when I do this podcast, that
You have a week to write it too. I can't even wait.
So I was given the Delta security officers, they started an investigation. I was given his private cell phone number and email, and my dad said, well, he said he gave that to you so anyone in your family or friends that needed to talk to him could call him. You should give that out to people that are listening so that they can call or email him and tell him what they think.
You want to give it next week, or you can do it now?
I should give it out next week once they know what happened, right?
Okay, so good, perfect. So that's a great idea. Let's give it out. We'll put it on the screen even, and let people in your Armageddon update. You should early on say talk about. And by the way, if you do have a problem with Delta, here's one of the higher ups. It's not going to make you wait. Here's this phone number, and just boom. That's a great idea. It's a brilliant idea. Brilliant idea.
Do it, Ray.
Here's the thing. We are in a new era, and I think the election showed it.
Yeah.
We are in a new era. People have been disenfranchised that we just protested in the streets all together this time. It wasn't just black people. I talked to Nils, and Nils was saying that. He goes, I protested in 60s.
Nils who?
Nils Lofgren. I protested in the 60s, and I was kind of the only white face in Watts and LA and stuff. And he goes, this time, everybody was out there, Asian, white, everybody was protesting, all these young people. And the great thing about that is, and then the election came around, and everybody was like, nope, I don't care how you try to cheat. We are gonna overwhelm you. And they did by 5 million votes. And Trump got 10% more than he got the first time. How is that possible? How is the guy who actually gave us a disease that he knew about, lied to us about? We now have 300,000 plus Americans dead. Killed his buddy, his black friend Herman Cain, and then how the hell do you vote for that guy again? He ruined your job. He took your job. How the fuck? So that's why I think it's fake. It just there's no way this vote happened the way it happened. But we realized that if we just get serious, we can fix it. So
Well, I will say this. What was interesting, I was driving my dad around in the truck. And
What truck did he get, by the way?
The new F-150, the Lariat.
Man.
No?
He did not get the Dodge. I'm sorry.
Man,
I know
he
you
blew
said
it.
Dodge.
He blew it.
But he wanted, this one is something that can pull a horse trailer. I don't know. Maybe it's a 250. Would that be a 250?
Yeah, he got the big one.
Is that right?
They make a version of the Dodge that's that big, but he didn't probably want to get that one.
Is that F-250
Yeah,
then?
yeah.
Okay, so I don't know. I don't.
Whoop,
It didn't have the bull balls.
well, I
on it.
Googled it. Well, I Googled
My
it.
dad is not a bull ball kind of guy.
I Googled it.
My dad was got a Purple Heart in Vietnam.
Yep.
I went to his little tiny church this Sunday, and he got up. My dad, who you guys have heard speaks very slowly and opens every sentence with, "Well," spoke at the church about Veterans Day and some of his experience of being shot down. And it was really interesting. My dad was shot down within 3 weeks of going to Vietnam, shot down
Wow.
because although they knew that there was enemy fire, decided to pursue and pick the guys up off the ground because they were under siege.
Wasn't it a bunch of guys when a bunch of choppers went in to get everybody?
Interestingly, there is a website where these guys from Vietnam track each other and put in their battalion and everything, and he met a guy named Rocky who was one of the guys on the ground who watched his helicopter explode, and my dad actually told that story at church this Sunday. He said 1 minute he saw them coming in, the first helicopter blew up, the lead helicopter. So then my dad became lead. And he said that he saw it, and then all of a sudden it was just fire, 100 feet up in the air, and it split. And he said like a 4x4 piece of the helicopter went flying over where the guys were waiting, and they just knew everybody was dead. Well, my dad and his co-pilot survived, and the rest of the guys died. And he told about those guys this Sunday, and he listed their names, and they were 20, 22, and 23, which really put it into perspective, right? Like they're just kids.
Especially as you're older, you start to think, wait. I know some 20-year-olds, and I wouldn't send them anywhere. I worry if I give them a list of stuff to go to Costco and get this. Oh, yeah, I'll go with you.
I would have shown up. I would have shown up in Vietnam in silver crushed velvet bell bottoms with glow sticks. Like, wait, what? Why am
I'd
I
have been
here?
like, what? I'm a pilot now? Who made that decision? Okay.
So my dad was going to be drafted. He was notified when he graduated from UGA he was going to be drafted, and so he chose to go into officer training with the Marine Corps. He wanted to fly.
Your dad didn't have a dad that got him out of 5 different drafts?
My dad's father was killed on the beach in Normandy. He was the first wave that stormed the beach in Normandy, and he was killed when my dad was 4.
Wow.
So he did not have a dad.
So that's the thing. In our family, there is, and then we have Scotty and Uncle Dennis, and we have a lot. Veterans Day, man. You guys.
I do have a point to this. I know it.
Oh, go ahead.
sidetracked.
Sorry, go ahead.
So my dad told me that I said, have you, because I want to know, he's lived a long time. And I said, have you ever seen it like this? And do you think it's going to be okay? And he said, the only other time that I saw it like this, he said, I would say was during Vietnam. And he said, maybe this is worse. He said, it felt pretty bad then because of the age I was. And he said that there were only 3 channels. And he said that what they would do was a running body count, kind of like how we see coronavirus deaths infected, but they would do a running body count of how many Viet Cong we killed, which is really sadistic, and then how many of our soldiers had lost. And every day this ticker would update. And he said people were rioting in the streets. They were protesting. He was being drafted and was forced to go. And now he's a soldier, but they're being attacked in the streets. People turned all their anger and hatred on them. And he said the country was so polarized. These guys were either volunteering to protect our democracy. Yeah, but I didn't think about it as it pertains to this and how angry people were. He said people were furious. And he said the fear of that running body count on TV every day. And this is even before he went over there. And I just thought, oh, so we kind of have been here before. And Nixon
Stopped it.
the whole thing, right?
Do you know that Nixon stopped it, right? So one of the things they were losing, when it comes to war, these guys, and this is why Nixon was such a horrible piece of shit. Nixon was, people keep saying, Trump says at least, Nixon wasn't as bad as Trump. Yeah, Nixon was a horrible piece of shit. So they were actually not only showing the body count, what they were also showing is coffins being unloaded off of planes. They were showing guys marching, and they were showing on the tarmac coffins lined up. And what happened was American people who seem to be a lot darker now, because I don't know if it's because of all the movies we've seen. Watch John Wick, and he beats the shit and kills 56 guys, and we're like, yeah, it's good. I think there was a different sense of, I think that generation still had World War II in the back of their mind, and they saw real carnage. They didn't see movie carnage. They saw real fucking carnage. And so what happened is that the American public was like, whoa, my grandfather did this, and my dad's sitting here crying as we're watching these and wouldn't stop. This has to stop. Yeah. And so Nixon stopped it. He actually told all the networks they couldn't, no more body counts were given, and they just stopped it.
Well, he
and
said
they've kept
Johnson
that going since then. Was it Johnson?
He said Johnson was the one that he said, and then
Nixon
he botched the whole thing. He said that he ordered
he made bad decisions.
The cease bombing, and he said my father's take was that we were winning the war, and that he stopped the bombing.
But didn't Johnson wanted to end the war? He thought we were going out of control. He thought it was going out of control. The thing is, what we don't realize, and I think Trump doesn't realize this, is when people are having something taken from them, something that they love, we will fight. It's that phrase. Yeah. I would rather I die on my feet than live on my knees. And that's how just so you know, I feel like that way with Trump. Yeah. I will, if he tries a coup and it makes any success at all, they have no concept. I've been touring this country for 35 years. They have no concept the people that have come out of the woodworks. By the way, guys, Democrats buy guns too, and our records are clean. We don't have a lot of DV cases like you guys do.
I think we have Keanu Reeves also.
We
have John Wick.
John Wick is with us.
I could fight a
we got Robert De
militia,
Niro.
right?
Yeah.
Like I could get in the streets and fight a militia. If Delta gets out there, though, I don't know if
we're gonna lose.
We're screwed.
Yeah, but I will fight
because
Delta too.
Delta goes by its own rules. Turns out. So, but anyway, I just thought it was interesting. I hadn't thought of that, and then after he said that, I started to think, okay, we're gonna be okay, and we again appreciate our democracy and how precious our right to vote is. I tweeted that I will never take this for granted again, at least not for the next 50 years. 50 years from now, we'll do it again.
We
Vietnam,
we definitely had a generational wake up.
My dad said that. He said, I think the problem is these kids coming up now. He said they don't even have a memory of Vietnam. They don't even conceive of us being like that and living through that.
Trump's press conferences are Vietnam. Actually, COVID is kind of their Vietnam, because they
with
can't.
The body count.
Body count. People are dying. We got the lamest. It's weird. What a weird parallel. That's a weird parallel, because Johnson wasn't going to do anything. Nixon wanted it to continue. He was going to amp it up. And that's what Trump did. Trump was like, no, we're not going to fix it. Just fuck it. Let's keep people keep dying. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Was COVID.
That's what he was saying.
Jets,
it reminded
Vietnam.
him of.
That's interesting. Wow, that's an interesting point.
Because but again, we get used to everything. So do you remember when the count first started and we were at the cabin and it was March and it was 4,823 people dead, and we were like, oh my God.
We were freaking out. Yeah.
Freaking out. And now it's 200 and whatever thousand.
It's actually over 300,000 based on the Yale study that they did. They're lying about it. And you watch what happens when Biden comes back, when Biden gets in and we get rid of Trump, and when Trump's in jail, what's going to happen is that we're going to get the real count, and it's bad. We've had in excess. Yale did a study, and they found that we are in excess of 300,000 extra deaths. So they have a list of all the people that have died over the last 20 years. Here's the average of American deaths every year, right? Yep. From everything. COVID, we have all those normal deaths that we usually have,
dating
cancer,
back to as far
20 years, as far as we know, right? There's a bonus. This is like 2 months ago. There's a bonus of 300,000 extra deaths. And they're lying. They're just lying. I love that here's what I love about how dumb this administration is. They're like, no, it's only 240. Because if we said 300, that's going to change everything. Right. Oh, well, 300. We have to get serious now. When do we get serious?
Here's
about
another
this?
fact. Trump did a rally in Michigan 2 weeks ago, and they have had such a surge in that town that I was watching a
Hospitals are 100%
ER
cue the surge.
doctor. Well, hospitals are at 100%, but I was watching an ER doctor talk today, and he was saying that this is one of the towns where they're asking nurses and doctors who are COVID positive to still come to work.
Oh my God.
But he
What?
said we currently have 100 nurses and doctors out because they're positive, and so that's why.
So he set through a super spreader event,
Yes.
and then it
and nobody's
super
talking
spread.
about that. Yeah.
Oh no! I thought about this yesterday. I thought we should go down. We should just go look at his list, look at his tour shirt, see where he went,
See
and
where
then
the-
go
see where the surges
so,
are.
Well, because
And map it.
And by the way, just
Herman
so you know,
Cain, Tulsa rally.
I just gotta say, and I hate swearing. I really do. But this is a dumb motherfucker.
How did you say that with a straight face?
I don't like it. I do it a lot, but I don't like it. You know why? Because I did listen to some comedy albums, and I was like, of mine, and I was like, oh, I don't swear in my comedy a lot. There's once in a while. I really don't. Once in a while. In real life, though, I am literally like a crystal meth addicted truck driver. I really am.
Yes, I can attest to that.
Not literally. Take that out.
I swear.
I am like a.
I swear like
I
a
hear the
crystal
door
meth
open in
addict-
here and go,
Fuck. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's how you know he's here. It's
By the way,
his,
that is my favorite word. Like this hot
that's
rod.
his daddy's home.
This hot rod I'm building has been everything I try to fix on it has been so frustrating. I eventually get to it, but on the way, like I tried to fix the power steering yesterday. Well, when I put the power steering in, I flipped two hoses for the power steering hoses. So when I went to, I got it all hooked up, got it running. I went to touch the wheel, and I turned the wheel, and the wheel snapped back on me.
Oh, that's
like,
what happened.
Like break my wrist snap back, and I
And
was
then a
like,
geyser.
whoa, and then it goes, and it just shoots like a power steering fluid out of the car, and I'm like, okay, that's
Thank God you had your goggles on.
that's
though,
not. I
'cause-
did, and I go, that's not right, and he just hears, fuck.
Did he have goggles on?
I use it so much that even the dogs are worried.
Quote,
Right?
no.
You did not
you
have
did
goggles on.
So what I had
he
to do
said. Tell the
is
truth.
I took them off because I was mad. So what happens is I have to take the hose out, put it, and then I got it back together. But I just I do swear a little bit more than I need to.
I don't know if it's not, you don't
Anywho.
need to.
Anywho,
But fuck is my favorite word. Like when
if
something
you
goes really wrong,
love Christopher Titus
and don't want to see him swear a whole lot in comedy.
then this Saturday, when
This
is
Saturday?
this coming out? Tomorrow?
Saturday we this will be we'll be
November
get this up. We'll get
14th,
this out really
7
quick.
p.m. Pacific. He is doing Carrying Monsters 2.0, the redo, the better than ever, the rewritten, the rehearsed, the new
Probably gonna talk
jokes,
about
the
what-
new intro,
Yeah.
the lighting, the stage we have
Mic'd
now,
audience.
the everything.
Like, oh, yeah.
And by the way, everybody, just so you guys know, 'cause
November 14th, 7 p.m. Pacific. You can go to monsters.eventbrite.com or combustionlive.com. It's only $10. And I think there's
or
two.
ChristopherTitus.com.
Yeah, you can go to all
We
those.
sold 50 VIP tickets.
There's only 2 left
Yep.
of the post-show meet and greet. So if you miss seeing him on the road after shows, get that ticket.
And we're doing the whole show, and I'm rehearsing it, and I'm scared, and because it's a lot of it's, I had to rewrite it, and so
You
it's-
could write you could write your notes on the inside of your toe.
I'm just gonna have it talk to me. I'm just gonna. It's a
have a toe cramp
it's
and
a
you'll read
being. It's gonna be like, what's next? Oh, let me tell you. Okay, oh, this one's about your sister. Thank you.
By the way, this episode brought to you today by Harry's. All you have to do is go to harrys.com/Titus. We love Harry's. My dad this week made a big show about, going to go shave my face with Harry's. Like, I'm like, say the sentence, Dad. Get it out. Bring it home.
Shave your face. Okay,
Yeah,
face.
right. Whew. Harry's has the new blades. Have you guys tried them? If you have tried them, let us know, because I'm really curious to see what people think. I think they're pretty gangster, actually.
We had them. Actually, great. I actually shaved. By the way, you were gone and you were come back, so I am shorn.
And then I came home crying, and you were like,
And I was like, damn it, I'm going to be stubbly. When she's better now, I'm going to be stubbly. But I wasn't. Harry's, so I shaved my face 2 days ago when I got back from the cabin. And
Me too.
again, it still looks great, but it's always so close. I got to tell you, there's a new company we have coming up too, where I'm not going to tell them yet, but we do not sell anything that we don't use or like. Thank you, Harry's. By far, don't even listen to anything else except go get Harry's razors. Tell them how to get them.
If you're not doing it, what's wrong with you? We've been telling you. The new blades are so sharp that they did this study with guys that were shaving 4 times a week, and they said that the 8th shave was the same as the first. So these blades stay forever. The blade I left in the shower, came home last night crying, shaved in the shower, crying,
Smiling. Oh.
Same. No. Oh, yeah, I guess, sure. After I shaved, it made me feel a little better. I got out of the shower. You're right. And I felt a little more hope.
Yeah.
A little more like life was going to be okay. You can also sign up for a program where they will regularly deliver them to your doorstep. Highly recommend. Don't have to leave your house. Don't have to think about it. But you don't have to do that. So give these sharpest blades a try. Go to harrys.com/Titus. New U.S. customers redeem a full Harry's trial set. You get a 5-blade razor with the new sharper blade, weighted handle, foaming shave gel with aloe, and the travel cover to protect your blade when you're on the go. Definitely not on Delta, American, United, or Alaska. Go to harrys.com/Titus and redeem your trial offer today.
Harry's. Face a day. Best razors ever.
Face a day was actually
Delta.
my dad's
Worst airline ever.
slogan. My dad called, remember? He goes, well, face the day. And
Yeah.
we were like,
You're free.
my dad is like such
Is that
a
what we got?
savant.
Is that what we got today? Is that who?
No, I'm just popping it in, baby.
All right.
Popping it in.
All right.
We love Harry's. Go try it. Also, their holiday box is out. Go on their website, harrys.com/Titus.
It's still like
Go
13
look
bucks?
at it.
It's still like $13.
Yeah, but you can choose your set. Do you remember?
Right.
Like you can do the Winston. You can go. It is primo this year. You guys, it always is, but this one I
the
love.
dads, you don't know how to. If your father, you don't know what to get him, or your uncle, you don't know to get him. And always buy. We always every year buy a couple
That's a good
extra
option.
ones. So when that one person visits,
Yeah.
although maybe not this year, they're not going to visit, but in the past, it's that one person visits and everyone else opens their gifts, and there's that one guy standing there. We're like, oh, we got you something too, and they go, Harry's like, great. Yeah.
It's not lame. That's not a lame one.
No, it's not a lame. It's not a lame. We didn't know you were coming gift. No, it's not.
Sweet.
Yeah.
And the redwood body wash and the peppermint face
I'm
wash.
almost out. Actually, I have to order more Redwood body wash.
Stocking stuff.
Well, yeah, well, I'll be stinky by then. So you better be quicker than that.
Okay, fine. Anyway, are we going to small talk? Let's small talk.
How was everybody's day?
You're terrible.
The car's almost getting done. The hot ride's almost
No, you're both
It's been
horrible.
cold out.
I don't wait. I thought you were gonna do the next ad. That's why I thought you were gonna do it.
I like to-
I thought you were
I
you like to flow
put,
it out?
You know, I
All
don't
right.
want to be like ad bam. Now, I like to be like free flow. But you're both really so it's cold
I just
out.
want to tell if it's the new one, is it the new ad? Is it
No.
the new? Oh, okay, that one. Okay,
But this is one that you super duper love.
I love anything that we sell. We like. We use it.
You are super snippy about it, I will say. I'm like, let's do the.
Yeah, you're mercenary about anybody. I'm like, no, we're not selling that shit on our podcast.
But we did have a new company because our rep is named Cindy and she's super awesome. And she found this company and it has been the dumbest moment ever in our house, how happy you are and how much you love this product. So
Yeah. Was that coming up?
coming up.
Okay, good. We
So it's been cold
are doing
out.
the show this weekend, guys. I want to talk about what we're doing here in the Combustion Lounge. We have built a basically little comedy club inside the soundstage, and if you saw it, we had Greg Barrett, who's brilliantly funny, and Jackie Cation, brilliantly funny.
That was awesome show.
And we did the Invisible Man.
Yep.
So great.
Greg Barrett,
Still
who's
laughing about it.
Yeah, the Invisible Man. Hylinder and I had this weird idea, and I'm like, how do we do it? And he said, well, we'll get the glasses to float. People, the Invisible Man was the dumbest thing we've ever done, and yet so fun and
So
funny.
great.
Even Greg Barrett said, I thought it was going to be corny, but it was really funny. And so we're doing a show. So if you guys want to come see a show, we have Ron Funches coming up on December 4th. We have my show this Saturday.
December 5th.
It's the 5th?
Right?
Is it the 5th or the 4th?
December 5th.
December 5th.
Yes.
Oh, we moved it. It was Friday. He wanted Friday first. Remember? He wanted Friday first, and then he switched it to Saturday. I do remember. 5th.
We
It's
never booked.
Yeah,
the
December
4th.
5th. Oh
Okay.
my God, you're right.
Just say
She
the
just
5th.
doesn't leave me
Just say
alone.
the 5th.
December 5th. It used to
I
be the
will
4th, but we
never-
changed it to the 5th.
I will never leave you alone.
Oh, hearts.
I did that. Whoosh.
Nipple tweak.
Yeah, and then, so go to combustionlive.com and we have all the links to our shows. They're only $10. We keep everything at $10. I'm watching some of these other people put on shows. $20 for you screaming into a computer from your kitchen? Are you kidding? Not to rip on it because the comics are great.
Yeah.
Right.
But what we do is we actually bring everybody in. We do have a small audience. We shoot in viral shields so everybody's safe. We actually make everybody wear masks. We temperature check everybody as they come in the door. They do have some drinks. They get to stick the straw under their mask, and we social distance the entire audience. So
And
we only
face
have
shields,
we only have room for about, and face shields too for this one. Yeah. So we only have room for about 12 people, and they're going to be here. We mic them.
6.
Yeah. All right, 6 people. Right.
I'll try to make it sound like 60.
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
But that's
Do
what
you
you do
mind?
though.
Yeah,
And both comics said.
Last time we
Both
had
Greg
a
and Jackie
friend.
said, let me finish. Both Greg and Jackie said, that was the first time I felt like I was doing comedy since this
Last time we had a friend that grabbed a bag of chips, and we had 6 people, right?
Did you see me jump up? I'm like, who's eating potato chips?
Did you hear
Into the
it
mic?
when
Yes.
you were? So people were going, "Who is eating?" It's 6 total people in the audience. There's a microphone right in front of them, and she was.
It's good to know.
Oh, there's somebody behind the scenes. Oh, I'd love to share the challenges that this.
Please share one challenge.
Oh, one challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, so well, first of all, there's
How are you? Tell us how you're doing.
Oh, I'm doing great, everybody.
It scares the shit out of me.
me
It's just
too.
the way he says that. He goes into late night radio voice. Oh, I'm doing
He
great,
can't.
everybody.
That's what scares me.
I go the opposite.
Normal people would go, "I'm good."
I'm good.
doing
Well, let me tell you how I'm doing. All right.
Okay.
Like he turns
Sure,
into
go
Barry
ahead.
White for no reason. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So let's see. Which one do I want to pull from?
We had the potato chip one was bad.
Oh,
There
the
was
potato chip one?
Another one was you'd mic the table that for whatever reason wasn't laughing. Everyone else was, but you'd mic the
Yes.
table. It
Yeah.
I've had to run downstairs to.
I'm editing, and we have a comic. I don't know. I'm watching the edit.
Yeah.
And we saw Hylinder just go, fuck. And he gets up and he runs. I go, what? He goes, shut. He goes, they weren't laughing. He comes back up. I go, what happened? He goes, they weren't laughing. Nothing.
Yeah,
I go,
you got
hey,
nothing.
if you got a mic in front of you, laugh. Make it up.
Yeah.
Do it.
I make a speech every time now. See this
You do.
microphone? That's
We need that. We had a discussion about that. You need
Yep.
the speech.
Or somebody will be sitting. I'll have each table gets mic'd, and then somebody will. These microphones are very. The pattern is very narrow, but that's it. For
Right.
stage. So if you move off, watch. If you move off, now I'm on the other side. You can't hear me.
Right.
So I've had people do this, and then they go 7 feet away.
Yeah.
And then I'm trying to fix it.
Do we need to get a different kind of microphone if this continues on?
No, we just need to
Get some
Tell
people that
people to quit
just
being
keep-
Just like,
morons.
just like
Just
we
need
need
to
a lot more
manage
of
it.
this. Ha 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 ha.
Yes.
Ha 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 ha.
We had Tony Horton and his most excellent wife,
Yep.
Shauna, here last time for the Halloween show, and it was the first time Tony has been out of his house in 8 months.
And then, what was that guy, the magician guy who hung out after? He was cool. We hung out after and we got to see card tricks.
He was a resident magician at
I wish we could name the Magic Castle.
the Magic Castle, and he did a whole after show for us with magic and not stripping. Of course, it was magic. And
I'm on the pole at the Magic Castle.
and I told him, I go, magicians are super weird and freaky, and I've never met one that wasn't. And he goes, you have no idea. He told us this, right?
Because imagine how weird they are with us.
He goes, you have no idea. He goes, there are fist fights in front of the Magic Castle every night we're open. And I go, you're kidding. He said, the magicians are fist fighting.
Are they miming it? Or are they
But it's really
They
flourish.
fight with-
It's like
with-
they fight like this.
with cards? And out comes a bouquet. And
There's a lot of.
So, and then he goes, oh yeah,
Me and
we're
you,
way
we are
more
going to
messed
fight.
up than comedians.
So you know why?
Comedians.
And
Why did
I
say?
brought this up when he was talking about this. I said, "Oh, it's because there's only really 9 tricks,
Ah.
and everyone does their different version." He goes, "Yes,
Really?
So,
Right.
yes." So everybody, what happened?
What are they fighting about?
Everybody's doing. You're stealing my bit. That's what it's about. Because you got to remember, comedy. We can all do our personalities to be funny. And we all have our personal stories. You can't steal. Magicians. There's only so many ways to hide cards. There's only so many. Here's your card. They put it away. Here it is again. And I thought he was great though. He was awesome. I got to get his name because he's
Really super annoyingly good.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, his magic was so good. His close-up magic, where we were right here, it was so good that we got mad.
we were doing thing. It was Halloween.
We were trying to fight
we were drinking, and the person that was eating the chips clearly had way too much to drink. So she turned her back to him once he did the shuffle, and she goes, I'm going to fuck this guy up. And she shuffled them all up and mixed everything.
And then put her license in it.
And he still, it was the crazy, it was like we were just blown away. But anyway, he started talking about Tony Horton changed his life. That guy. Yeah, I heard he wanted to get into comedy. And the whole time, he's right
Tony
there.
Horton's, so the guy,
but he had a mask on.
Tony Horton's dressed as John Wick, which is really funny. And then the guy starts talking about Tony Horton. We brought it up, and he goes,
Oh, it was John. I thought he was just cool.
I
thought he was just being cool.
No, he was Tony Horton. Dressed as Keanu Reeves, dressed as John Wick. There were 3 levels.
Yeah,
he said
he wasn't playing. Tony wasn't playing. So Tony goes, and he's a good dude. But he's sitting there, and this guy's talking about Tony Horton, and
Tony Horton.
I'm standing there, I'm like, does he not know he's
he didn't
here?
know.
He didn't know it was Tony. He didn't know he was telling how much he loved Tony Horton to Tony Horton.
He was one
of
the beta group.
It was a weird moment. Tony
Wow.
goes, I go, that's Tony Horton. And he goes, what? And I go, that's Tony Horton.
He was one of the beta group. He holds up his phone in between flipping cards everywhere. And he had a before and after. He was one of the P90X people that was in the
Tony
commercial.
pulls his mask down. The guy was like,
That's insane.
He freaked
It was
out.
awesome.
You know what would have helped him get through that is feels. Would have calmed him down a little bit.
Nice.
If you're ever going to
little
meet
golf match applause on that one.
your
Very nice.
hero, thank you to my hair, for my hair and myself.
And the 5G that's sticking out over here.
Is it? Oh, did I miss it? It's here. Thank you to this
I knew you were
hair.
laughing about it, but you knew damn well.
Thank you to
that
this
was bugging you.
hair. It doesn't bug me, honestly. I've had a bad week. I feel like
Never fly Delta.
if you don't like my hair, seriously, I got way more shit you're gonna hate. Like,
What a great way to start an ad. But because you take his feels, you don't care anymore.
that's why I'm so calm about it. I did not have this that night because it was in my suitcase that Delta flew home when
And I had to
they
pick up at 2
stranded
a.m.
me on purpose.
Because not only did they strand her purposely in a very dramatic way, but they were 3 hours late on top of that. And I was at the airport. I came in with
They
him the
were
next morning. I'm like,
3 hours
next
late.
morning. Ha, like I was here in the morning.
Look at him.
Yeah, I know.
Morning.
I'm here till 10 at night a lot of
He
times.
does
though.
stay till super late.
But I was at the airport at 2 a.m. picking up her luggage.
Because he's a good man.
And no, he's a good man. And Delta
It took
blows.
a little bit of stress off of me to know that my Louboutins were not sadly going around the carousel until someone thought, I could
like
take
that one.
that. Yeah. So it did. That was something.
So I took
And
Feels.
Feels was in that suitcase.
So I took Feels. Here's what I like about it. I am
Say what it is.
Feels is it's CBD oil. It's
Premium CBD.
premium CBD oil.
Delivered to your doorstep.
Yep, delivered to you during a time when we all need it, when we're all stressed out about our jobs, about money, and about this disease that's raging the country. I take it, and honestly, about 40 minutes later, all of a sudden, I don't. It's the great thing about it is all of a sudden I don't just go. You don't have you just feel like, oh, it's gonna be okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's and it just really calms you down. CBD oil, by the way, they did a lot of studies on it. It's helping kids with neurological disorders, seizures and stuff. That's when the CBD started coming out. And Feels is really good, really good.
Okay, so I am going to tell you guys this really quick story. This is from Catherine. I'll just give her first name. I just remembered this when I was looking at this ad. So Feels is a premium CBD. You can order it. It relieves anxiety, stress, pain, sleeplessness. We've talked about it before. Some people have ordered it. We've gotten some really cool stories from people. You just put it under your tongue, a couple drops, and you'll feel the difference within minutes. They have a great hotline if you have any questions about it. But Catherine wrote an email. I just remembered this, and this was October 29th, so I forgot about this.
This isn't Feels sending you something. This is someone
No,
that we know.
this is a lady named Catherine. I'm not going to give her full name.
Okay.
Her husband has severe fibromyalgia. This just popped into my head. There are days when he can barely walk. He's in nonstop pain that becomes crippling without warning. He's an electrical contractor, small business owner, city electrical inspector. They live in Pontiac. And he taught at night at a tech school. He's
Wow.
also an artist and designs custom industrial lighting. Dude's busy. He's a father, grandfather, bipolar. Anyway, he's suffering a lot. She said he's one of the most tormented people I know, and the doctors can't do anything. They give him pain meds. They don't work because fibromyalgia makes him drug resistant. For decades, he's never had a pain-free day, minute or second, until recently. They listened to the podcast. She said, we went away for the weekend for my birthday. He forgot his pain meds. And so she said it was really bad. And so she decided to get this CBD oil.
Feels right.
And talked him into trying it. She figured there was nothing to lose. She said he could barely move because of the pain. Within a few moments, it took the edge off. Within 3 days, he was totally pain-free. When we got home, I ordered a bottle of Feels 1200. After 2 days on Feels, he told me to buy the membership. He said he could use a lot less to maintain being pain-free meds and love this product. He has not taken a pain pill since August the 22nd.
Wow.
She wrote this in October. None of this would have happened without you both, and I would have never suggested it. The doctors had given up on him.
And without Feels.
How
CBD
stupid.
oil.
That's crazy, isn't it? Like it just popped into my head that we actually had a testimonial. He's off pain meds now, and he's been off for about 3 months now. You can get a membership.
Your results may vary. Sorry, I just want to make sure.
Shut up. This is a dude. Fibromyalgia is no joke. This is a guy that's dealing with severe pain, and pain meds didn't work, and this worked. So give it a try. Also helps with anxiety, especially if you've had to fly Delta. You're going to need it.
How do they get it?
All you have to do, you can become a member. You can get 50% off your first order. That's half off of your first order. Feels has me feeling my best every day, and Catherine's husband. It can help you guys too. Become a member by going to feels.com/Titus. You get 50% off your first order and free shipping. That's feals.com/Titus to become a member and get 50%. It's automatically taken off in your cart. Free shipping.
Yay.
That's a crazy story, isn't it?
You know,
it's like
but that's what they found out, man. I remember when they first were doing the CBD oil, there was someone 60 Minutes, and so I think it might have been Sanjay Gupta did a whole report on it. This is before it became legal, and there was this family living in a state, and their daughter was having seizures. She was little, and she was having to the point where it was going to cause brain damage. And what happened was these guys in Colorado they had a CBD oil, and those guys specifically started making hardcore CBD and helped start the business. But her seizures stopped.
Right.
But it wasn't legal. So the family picked up and moved to a state where it was legal.
Which is nuts.
So they could keep their daughter from having seizures. That CBD oil is best, and Feels does a great job with it. And now, from sea to shining sea.
Oh, I didn't pull it. Sorry.
That's why
I was totally sucked in.
Sea to shining sea.
I was totally sucked into the rest of her email. It's just like this whole Delta thing. I'm like, they live near Pontiac, and she's had political signs stolen from her yard. She's been run off the highway twice by MAGA assholes at 80 miles per hour. God. She's had nasty things because it's red Trump land, nasty things written on her Jeep, and been questioned by a police officer because of her Biden bumper stickers. The police officer stopped her at the park where she was training for Air Force half marathon to find out why I hate cops. That's why she said the podcast is a lifeline. This is the world we live in now. Shout out to Catherine and her husband.
We won't do that. We'll just do one more segment on this. I want to get people clear on what we want. Okay, I think everybody thinks that you defund the police. First of all, to the liberals, fucking dumb slogan. Defund the police.
When that's not what it means.
No, that's not what they mean. They need to improve the police. We need to improve the police. And as I tweeted out yesterday, we also could teach them improv. Maybe they'd be better at situations. All right, I need your license and give me an occupation. So we need to improve the police, which means we need to get these guys. There should be an intelligence test you have to pass. I didn't realize till recently that a lot of cops are stupid as shit. They don't get to make it to detective. A lot of cops are smart, but we're seeing only the bad guys. And here's the thing: if we're seeing only the bad guys, that means there's a lot of bad guys. Right. And it's not like it's one guy. It's like and I remember Rodney King. I remember 8 guys standing around while Rodney King was on the ground, and video of them beating the shit out of him with their stick. It was a team effort. It was a team building effort.
By the way, the Rodney King video very similar to Delta flight flight attendants. They will all stand around and then back each other up in the
They
later.
will flat out lie.
Yes.
Yeah, flat out lie, just like all the cops did. So I just want to say that, so Libs, it's a dumb thing. We want to improve the police, and I'm sure the police want to improve the police. That being said, that all you people that follow this guy, I don't understand why this man... I get if it was a great leader. I get if it was somebody that was really just a badass leader that people would get this fired up about it. But people are slashing tires. People are stealing signs out of your yard. People are calling you names. There was a tow truck driver this week that actually wouldn't tow a guy's car because he had a Biden-Harris sticker on it. When did we become that America? When did that America? Because by the way, my uncle and aunt, my uncle Dennis, they're hardcore Trumpers for a long time. Called him on the way. I've been afraid to call him, because I thought he was going to get me. Because him and I almost had a row at family vacation this year. I said
he didn't know you did, but you thought you did.
Yeah, no, I was going to go home. I almost got on a
Yes,
plane
you
to go
were
home,
booking
and then
a
I
flight.
realized
In
I'm
fact,
being
she
stupid.
asked me a couple weeks ago, "Are you ever going to tell me why Christopher was leaving vacation?" And I went, "Nope."
Nope. So, but Uncle Dennis, he's a great guy, and he said to me on the way, I said, I go, "How you feeling about this?" And he goes, "Oh, it's all fake." He goes, "This time there's 4 million fake votes," and he bursts out laughing. No, he didn't mean it. He was saying that Trump lied last time about the 3 million.
Okay.
He was saying
He's being funny.
He was being funny. He knows this guy's this guy now.
Okay.
But I'm sure he still voted for him. And I really got something. I said, man, I said, we all need to be like that, where you, me, and Kathy can laugh. I know you don't agree with me politically, and I don't agree with you. But I will say this, and to all you Americans, when did we become, okay, you voted for this guy I don't like, so now you can die? If any of you people, if I see anybody on the road, their car is pulled over, you've got jumper cables, you're in a dangerous area,
right.
I'm going to pull over and help you. I don't give a shit who you voted for. If your car's on fire, I'm going to pull over and drag you out.
Right.
I'm not going to go, hold on, before I unstrap you. I know it's getting hot. Shut up. Did you vote for Trump or
Right.
Biden? I'm not doing that.
But you
know?
still
I
just
actually-
like you can't. You don't want to bring up politics. With you. I don't want to talk
But that's
politics,
the-
but now it's like
I
a
actually
battle.
don't have a family member that I can think of, except for my Uncle Philip and my Aunt Julie, that did not vote for Trump. I couldn't name one.
Yeah, but you're all from the South.
Let me just throw this out there. My sister is a regular pundit on OAN, and my sister is awesome. And I love her.
She is awesome. She's great.
And she will.
But she also mocks the guy about stupid
She
shit.
and we joke, and we don't let it. You don't get to take my relationship too, bro. Sorry.
Right. But here's the thing about this guy, and I don't understand it. He has done it. I never believed this, and I believe it now, that a leader can actually change the entire country. It doesn't matter who the leader is. It doesn't matter if he's a shitty leader or a good leader. A great leader can take us to a different level. A bad leader can take us to another level. This guy took us to another level,
Yeah.
where people are now angry that I don't vote the same way you do. One guy put razor blades on the bottom of his Trump signs. Did you see that? It was like some guy in his yard, he'd gotten a couple of Trump signs stolen, so he put razor blades along the bottom. He taped them all up, so if you grabbed it, it sliced your fucking hand open.
Honestly, dude, if you're coming in my yard and stealing something out of my yard,
Right.
I mean, you can't. Sorry.
Yeah, but that's
Get out of my
liberals.
yard.
You guys shouldn't be doing that either. Because someone has a sign, even if it's a guy you hate, and I think Trump is a bad dude. There's nothing about him that's good. But I don't get, if you voted
he a
for him,
bad
okay.
hombre?
But we can't even, here's the thing. You know what he created? I just got something. He created this so you couldn't argue about him. That's what he did. He knows he's a fuck up. He knows he doesn't know shit. He knows he's failed repeatedly, because that's what the whole campaign. But so how do I get it so people don't have real conversations about what I am or what Biden has done? I divide the country, so the second you bring me up, people defend me without even hearing the reasons. That's what dictators do. They make you say the other side's crazy, so you can't even have a conversation. So all you people out there, if you have anything about Trump you want to tell me why and good, let's talk about it. I will listen to you. Also, you need to listen to the facts, as I will listen to yours. But they have to be facts, and they can't be. There should be a level.
Yeah, right.
The best conversation I had this year was a friend of mine who backed him up, and I said, and he was talking about, all these things Trump done great. I go, where'd you get that? And he tells me some weird blog written by a skateboarder. And I'm like, what? And skateboarders can't, because he skateboards can't have an opinion. I go, no, he doesn't have a research base like all these other reporters have and can find the truth. He doesn't have 12 intelligence agents that said
That's
this.
corroborated evidence and, a consensus.
It's all connected. I go, give me that. I go, and he goes, it's all bullshit. All those guys are fake news. And that's another thing he did. If you tell people fake news, doesn't matter if it's the truth. If you tell, it splits everybody up. I'm not listening to any. So anybody who has the honest truth about what a shithead you are, I don't have to listen to them. We're not doing that anymore. So I asked my buddy, I go, all right, you pick. You tell me what source is okay. And you know what he did? Got dead silent for 3 minutes. He couldn't
name one.
He couldn't come up with one that was okay for him. Because this leader had taken us to another level in a bad way, where he told you it's fake news, and he said it from day one. Fake news, fake news, fake news, fake news, hoax, fake news, and you believed it. And what ends up happening is it Manchurian candidates you. You get sucked into this world where you're like, it's not real, it's not real. I found myself doing it a couple of times. Where I was like, let me look that up.
Start
that sounds crazy.
it. Yeah.
And it worked. But it didn't work well enough to not make his ass lose by 5 million votes. 5 million. 5 million.
Probably more.
Yeah. So I think that we have to pay attention sometimes to what people are doing, because he's not doing it for you, people. He's doing it to you. There's a difference, and you're buying into it. Keep your mind open. Stay strong, because I think the next 70 days are going to be crazy as shit. I think I'm done with my little lecture.
Oh, okay. We were just letting you go.
You looked interested, were you, or were you just bored?
I was interested.
Yeah, I just got it though. I just got it that's why you split people in two, so they fight for you without even hearing the facts. I just got it.
Triggered. Everybody's triggered by words. Hillary triggered. Socialism triggered. Although all of you are collecting your social security
it's actually in the word. It's actually in the description.
Yeah, and the
and Medicare
stimulus
and stimulus. By the way, and we all want the government to pass some money, so because we open lockdown because of COVID, they give us some money. That's a social program. Social program. Free education. Public schools. Social program. Police. Social program.
But
Firemen.
He is
social
great
program.
at smoke and mirrors PR. He's brilliant at it.
Oh, yeah.
He has been tweeting 71 million votes, more than any sitting president in history, which is true. But you didn't mention that the other dude got 76 million.
It's 5 million.
Whatever it was.
5 million.
I'm just saying, like,
more.
if you just throw out partial information. Anyway, something really cool has been happening for your show this Saturday, the 14th. We've had some tickets donated. We also had a lady named Diana Crump who donated a VIP ticket. She bought the $50 ticket, and she's giving it to someone that cannot afford it so that you can hang out after and have the meet and greet with Titus and possibly
Do we have some emails that have
know.
people like in that situation, or are you asking people to send in?
I'm telling people because they know what to do. They do email us tituscwi@gmail.com, or just go to his website christophertitus.com and go to the contact page and tell us.
And Ray will Bombshell will actually figure out who gets the $50 ticket.
Well, Jordan will. I don't.
Oh, give it to Jordan. Yeah,
depends. Someone will, but there are a few tickets for the regular live stream and one VIP ticket that has been donated. She took the regular ticket and donated the VIP ticket.
You have too big of a heart. You're right. Jordan will be able to.
I can't do it. I'll be like, I'll need one.
Jordan will be like, no, don't care about your dog. No. Okay, all right. You're hooked to a chemo pump right now. You can have it. That's how Jordan.
No, you can wait. You're not dead yet. Hold on.
Jordan will make you. She's
But I am. Yeah. So hit us up. Let us know. TitusCWI@gmail.com.
Guys, thanks for watching and listening to the Titus podcast.
To all four of us, honestly.
Yeah, true. Honestly. And by the way, I appreciate it. Our subscriptions. I gotta get this fixed. Subscriptions have now gone up to 130,000 on the old YouTube. What happened? By the way, what happened to the YouTube yesterday? It just went. I just do a panic.
Oh yeah, it
went down.
It went down. Can you believe that? Mm-hmm.
The whole thing crashed.
The whole thing.
So, being Dennis, I would like to say to keep subscribing to the YouTube channel, and we have for videos and other stuff, and the Armageddon updates
Could you do a mashup of Dennis from all the podcasts? Also, we did have a request for.
Oh no, I don't even want to know. Okay, I'll sign off as. I'll give it a
We've
shot.
had a couple requests, and you can choose the inner retard and Dennis.
It's almost the same guy.
Yeah, and
I would like to say to everybody that I'm not quite sure
No.
why I got a lisp. I've been hanging out with my buddy Dennis, and I have picked up some tendencies. I would like to say that.
and Boris Johnson Dennis.
Oh, I don't know. Boris Johnson Dennis. Wow. All right.
Hold on, mess up your hair. Hold on.
He did
Yeah,
just give
wait.
a speech about how excited he is about Trump coming
Right.
in. Oh, okay.
Trump's,
And
that Trump's leaving, right?
that Trump's leaving and Biden's coming in.
Right.
Decorum.
I do have to say, I believe that Joe Biden's presidency will be amazing. And that this foolish asshole, Donald Trump, you will be going. In the name of the Queen, I say, stop being a wanker.
Okay, that was actually just a brilliant Boris Johnson.
Yeah, that was good.
There was
The
no
pauses,
Dennis
Boom.
at all. That was,
I was
actually
trying.
him. He didn't lisp at all or spit. I just realized though that that's how he holds his mouth. That was really, wow.
So I'm good at Boris Johnson, but Dennis Boris Johnson
There it is.
is much more surprising to listen to. You guys are weird. Guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe. Go to ChristopherTitus.com if you want to get any signed DVDs or whatever of all my shows. You can also watch those shows free on the YouTube channel, Christopher Titus TV. Thanks for listening and watching and appreciate it. And by the way, thanks for voting. You guys are kicked ass.
You guys kicked ass.
You guys
We
really
did
kicked
it.
ass.
We
Yeah,
did it.
Yeah, we did it. For myself, Bombshell, and the Hylinder. Later.
Peace out.
There could be only one.
No.
Yeah, I like it. It keeps
He's
going.
still
to this.
singing.
He's got to figure. He starts singing every you said. There could be only one, and he's sitting right here. Or you should do a different style.
There can
I
be
like it.
only one.
Could I get... wait.
There can be only one.
Could I get opera?
There can be
There you go.
only one.
So you
There could be only one, only one.
When we close it, go. Hold
Hold
on.
up.
Hold it before we go. You have to pick a genre of music for him. Okay, just pick
Uh-oh.
it. Just pick it, and then we'll just go for the Bombshell later. And he
Okay.
has to go. Yeah, that's
All
good.
right.
That's good for you next time.
There can be
Okay,
only
don't
one.
do it now. Don't give him it. Don't give him one now. Did what he did count?
My truck's
No,
got
no, we
big
didn't do it.
balls.
No, that one didn't. But you could give him country.
Say
country
goodbye
music.
to the people.
Oh,
Oh, we're still going.
Just say bye.
I just already did. We already did. We signed out. I stood up. We're done.
You didn't cut it off though.